Welcome to Control Systems N6. Today's presentation is going to be on control systems applications. You will notice for your control systems N6 course, you have two sections. There is the section where you are required to use your calculator, but then there is another section that comprises of theoretical modules. Okay, those are the modules that you just need to read and memorize so that you are ready for your exam. And so in this presentation, what I am going to do is to just work through the different aspects of these theoretical modules and just try and cover as much as I can within just a few minutes. And when I say a few minutes, that is relatively speaking, okay? This presentation may be slightly over an hour, but during that time, what I will try to do is to just give you as much as you need to be able to survive questions from your exam on these theoretical modules, okay? I do understand that many students don't have the time to begin to go through all of those theoretical modules, and sometimes it is because it is just too boring to read, or it can be that you did not manage your time properly and now you are running out of time. You just don't have so much time to be reading all of those theoretical pages. And so this video is to try and give you a broad understanding of all of those theoretical modules in just about an hour. Okay, and so it is really going to be helpful, especially to the student who find themselves in a position where they no longer have the time to go through those, I don't know, 40 pages of theory. Okay, so please pay attention and try and understand everything that I am going to speak about. Let's begin. So the way we are going to go about this presentation is by looking at past exam questions. And so we will look at the sort of questions that comes in your exam on these theoretical modules. And then from those questions, I will now begin to explain to you the stuff that you need to understand and what you need to memorize so that if you find yourself in the exam, having just watched this video, you should be able to at least get 50% from the questions on theory. Okay, and so let us begin. So one of the questions that they like to ask is for you to list 10 advantages of fluid power. Okay, it's sometimes they can ask 10, at times they will ask 4, depending on how the question is set. Okay, but for those who wrote the paper from which I took this question from, it was just one question like that, and they asked them to list 10 advantages of fluid power. And of course, when you're reading your textbook, your control systems N6 textbook, when you go to the section on hydraulics, you find those advantages, okay? But you don't have to do that here. I am going to show you those advantages now, okay? So in the textbook, you have 15 advantages that are listed, which are the advantages of fluid power. So of these 15, for this question, the student was supposed to remember 10 of them, okay? And so what I will advise you to do is to just go and memorize at least 10 of the fluid power advantages out of the 15, because you do not know if when you go to write, they will ask you for 4, for 5, or for 10. One thing I am sure of is that they will never ask you for more than 10. So this is the list of all the advantages of fluid power. So I will advise you here to memorize 10 out of this list. Okay, number 1, fluid power provides flexibility in the control of machines. Number 2, fluid power provides an efficient method of multiplying forces. Number 3, fluid power provides constant torque at infinitely variable speeds in either direction with smooth reversals. So now you can see number 3 is not so easy to memorize. So if you want to memorize 10 out of this list, you may leave number 3 because that will require more brain power. Number 4, fluid power is compatible with other means of control such as electrical, electronic, or mechanical. That is easier to memorize than point number 3. Okay, so you can memorize 1, 2, 4, and then 5 is very easy to memorize. Fluid power is accurate. 6 also easy to memorize. Fluid power responds quickly to controls, and so on and so forth. So out of